Hey guys, I'm Will.
I'm Nick,
We're two guys who vape.
and this is the Mod Pod.
So, first off, we want to apologize a little bit for the delay that we've had going on, our long hiatus since I think it was right about Thanksgiving. The holidays, very busy time for the business as a whole, so we appreciate everybody who's going to be sticking with us and hanging out to watch. I know this week our video is going to be on our curated collection, which means us as employees, we pick out everything that we bring in, unlike some, gas stations and places like that where they specifically have the vendors come in and say, oh, this is what you're going to carry. You're going to carry X product, like so many of whatever from them. They pretty much have a set in stone, this is what you're getting in, whereas us, we go through, we see, okay, we have this flavor already from a different brand, but we don't have all of these. So instead of ordering in those two, let's go with the rest of their line so we just don't have duplicate flavors. But I'll let Nick jump in a little more on that there.
So for me personally, I think it's as much on the customers as it is on us. As the customer, if you guys give us as much feedback as you possibly can, that helps us out exponentially, because obviously we want to give all the customers the product that they're looking for. We don't want to bring in product that's not going to be selling, because if that's the case, then why are you in business, right? So I think it's as much on the customers coming back in, being a reoccurring customer, telling us if they like or don't like the product, because it's totally okay to not like a specific product. You don't have to like everything that's brought in or everything in a specific store. Now, when we are doing the orders, we are looking deeply into specific flavors that are selling or specific brands that are selling, because we're going to jump onto that trend. If, let's just use a brand, for example, Juice Head. If Juice Head is selling great and we can bring in more flavors of Juice Head, we're going to do that and then see if they sell and go from there, with you guys helping us out along the way as well. Now, for Will, for instance, he has a little bit of a different kind of perspective on it.
So pretty much everybody here who does our vape orders, for the most part that is, they also vape. So not only are we ordering the products in for you guys, we're also ordering them in for ourselves. So at the end of the day, we're probably going to be some of the first people to buy the products we order in, try them out, and we're going to give you guys our honest feedback on whether or not we think like a certain juice is good, or if the box mods we just got are durable, if they're going to be like good, if they're just complete junk. We're going to let you guys know what our honest opinion is, because at the end of the day, we want you to come back. We want you to have a good experience. And if we sell you something that you're not going to like or enjoy, well, what's the point of coming back if you know you're just going to get something that isn't for you? So not only is it for you, but it's also for us. That's one big thing I don't think a lot of people really think about when they walk into a shop. Like, are you using these products as well? But for me, that's one big thing. Another thing is the visual appearance. I feel like for me, if I walk into a store, something with like bright colors or, like a fancy packaging, that's gonna pop right away compared to something that's just a plain Jane. Like, I'll come a little closer with these guys, but not even the same concept. But this pod system here compared to this disposable looks a lot fancier, so a lot of people might actually go towards this disposable rather than rocking with that pod system, just because of the look going on there.
And we did just bring in this specific disposable. It's called Matrix. We have brought in a good amount of disposables recently. So if you're looking to try a new disposable, we do have a deal going with one specific brand. It's buy 3 for $25.99. So if you are looking for a new disposable, we do have those in stock, so you can come in, give them a try, help us out with those.
So what was the single price on those again? $12.99?
$12.99 is the single price, and they do come in 2,500 puffs, 3,500 puffs, and 5,500 puffs. The 2,300 or the 2,500 and the 3,500 are non-rechargeable. The 5,500 are rechargeable disposables.
All right, so you're basically getting 2 for the price of 3 there.
Essentially.
All right. But I feel like that's pretty much all we can really cover on our collection, what we bring in, all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to change the pace a little bit here and just talk about some things that we're excited for in 2024, some things coming up, some things we want to see how they turn out. What's one big thing you're looking forward to in the vape industry for 2024?
So for this year, I personally want to see how the disposables do, because the disposables are on a really high kick right now, and it seems like every time a new one comes out, it's more and more and more and more puffs. The ones that we carry, we're up to about 15,000 puffs right now, so I want to see where it goes from there. And also with the pod system, that's a big kick as well, and I want to see how the different brands kind of come together this year and see if they put out anything new. So that's the big thing, vape industry-wise, and I'm looking for. About you inside the vape industry?
So for me, it's a little bit of checking to see if those box mods ever make a big comeback. I know maybe like 4 years ago, it felt like you would have 5 people a day come in looking for box mods, whereas now you might only have those 5 people coming in every week or two looking to check out a box mod. Everything's gearing more towards the small, slender pod systems like these guys. But going along with what you were saying about the disposables, that's another thing I am interested in seeing. Are those guys actually going to be staying like relatively the same with the 12, 15,000 puffs? Are they going to make that big jump up to like 20, maybe even 30 at some point? But going along with the increased puffs, you're also getting that increased size of the device. Like this pod system used to be about the average size for some of your disposables. Now come up again. Right next to each other, you can see that it is pretty much the same size, and when I rotate it, this guy's a lot thicker. So those disposables are getting bigger and bulkier, which was one of those things that had people turning away from your box mods in the past few years. So I'm looking forward to seeing if those people are gonna switch from switch from your disposables to pod systems potentially.
I do think too, if they do get too bulky, you know what I mean, and people start going off of that, it kind of goes hand in hand with, okay, well, what do they do next? You know what I mean? Do they want to go to the pod system then? It all ties hand in hand. If one thing is selling really high, one thing's going really low, and it just, it kind of fluctuates throughout the years. And that's the biggest thing for me, is I just want to see if it gets to a point where it's too much, what are people going to be going to after that?
All right. So how about non-vape industry related? What are some big things you're looking forward to?
Well, I mean, that's Super Bowl coming up. I'm excited about that. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. Everybody gets excited about that. I'm excited for some of the UFC cards this year. We have UFC 300 coming up this year. We have International Fight Week. So I want to see what kind of cards they put together and see some of the product they put out. I'm really looking forward to getting into the start and prime of fishing season this year. I want to try and get out a lot more than we did last year. I know we wanted to try and get out more, but things happen. What are you looking forward to?
So I know you were just saying about the Super Bowl. That is exciting. If you guys watched one of our previous videos, we did have Super Bowl predictions on there. And if I recall correctly, I followed that color conspiracy. So 49ers and Ravens are still in there. So you never know. That one might be the thing. It might be right there. But yeah, overall for me, I think I'm excited to get out there and have a full fishing season. Last year, I got into it super late. I think I got my license in like July, so more so towards the end of the season. I'm just looking forward to having that full year for that. I also did just get engaged, so some wedding planning. I mean, not the most exciting, but at the same time, it's going to be a good time all around. But I do think that is going to be the end of the episode for us this week. Stay tuned next week for our next episode.
Until then, keep chasing them clouds, everybody.